Hey guys, very excited about this one. As you can see, we have Eduard's Royal Class P-51D Mustang dual combo set in 1/72nd scale. Let's get into the box. Inside the box then, we have our instructions booklet, which gives us all the information about how to build it and the different scheme options. We'll come on to that in a moment. We have the decal sheet, which, as you can see, has a real variety of different color schemes. We have two Mustang kits, and you can see I've had this open already, and again we'll look at the plastic in a bit more detail. We've got all of our sprues there. We have our clear parts sprues in a separate bag. We have this rather lovely 8th Air Force pin. We have some photo etch parts. We have our mask set, and we have these mask plugs for the undercarriage section, and we have this brass-in set, which includes these very detailed resin seats. We have the exhausts and wheels. So a very lovely set, but I think it's important now to have a look at the plastic itself. Well, this right here is the main sprue, and if we get that up to the light, you can see we have beautiful crisp panel lines. You'd expect that though. 2024 tooling from Eduard, I would expect nothing less. Then we have the gorgeous detail underneath here. Very nice indeed. Now at this point I was thinking, well, it's not that much better than the Tamiya kit. Remember what I said about 2024 tooling? Look at that detail on the fuselage. Now let me remind you, this is 1/72nd scale, and that detail is something you'd find on a top quality 1/48 scale kit. Really impressive stuff there. And as you can see, you've got the different tail options, so there's lots of different versions that will be coming. And you can tell that from the other sprues. So you can see here we have our different drop tank options, real variety there, our different ordnance. So you can see we've got rockets and bombs, and then different type of rockets there. So yeah, plenty of options coming, and as we'll see in a moment from this set, there's plenty of options as well. Then we've got the interior detail there. Beautiful detail there. Let me remind you, this is 1/72nd scale. Look, there's my fingers. This is tiny, and yet the detail is absolutely fantastic. Really nice indeed. So yeah, let's have a look at the different scheme options. Well, this set comes with 14 different scheme options, and they cover the European theatre, UK, France and Italy, the Pacific theatre, and of course we've got some RAF schemes here as well. The next boxing will be the 8th Air Force set, but yeah, this is a really lovely one, and let's have a little look at what we have. So here's scheme A, really gorgeous one that. Then we come across and we have this rather lovely one from Leiston. We've got Donald Duck here. Pretty sure this is Tom Cruise's Mustang, and we see this flying in Maverick. We come across, we've got these two lovely schemes. I did this one as an Airfix kit recently, bought some aftermarket decals, and now you can see it comes with the Eduard set. Short fuse Sally, really nice scheme that one. You know, silver, black and white, Very nice indeed, very smart. And we have our Tuskegee Airman. Really gorgeous scheme that. You can see some more of the Italian theatre. You can tell by the yellow stripes and the red, very vivid to call out the Allied aircraft there. You've got this gorgeous yellow and black checkered tail there. Very nice scheme, that one. Then we come on to the Pacific Theatre stuff. Absolutely love this one. This is a definite I'll be doing. I also love this one. Huge drop tanks. So this was an aircraft that was lost on what was called Black Friday, escorting B-29s. So this was before they switched to night bombing over Japan. See Iwo Jima. We have another one from Iwo Jima here. Again, a nice smart sort of scheme, that. And then we have a couple of rather nice RAF ones. So a really gorgeous variety there. There's 14 in this set, which is why I bought 2. And when the weekend editions come out, I will probably be buying a lot more. Right, let's have a look at the instructions, because I've been raving about how good this set is. But they do come with a downside, and that is with so many different scheme options, the instructions can become very complicated very quickly. So, on the inside then, we have our sprue map. That's all nice and clear. The blue indicates that we're not using those parts for this set. These icons here, find out what they mean, pay attention to them, and look for them in the instructions. Then we have our resin parts, our brassin set, mask, colour call out. Now you can see what I'm talking about. With the weekend editions, where you've got 3, maybe 4 different schemes to choose from, they're not going to be this complicated. But we've got 14 different options, and you can see they're all called out here. And depending on which one you're doing will depend on what instructions you're following. So my advice, don't be precious about this. Doodle all over it. Work out ahead of time which one you're going to make, and then start. So you can see we've got 3 different seat options here. We're using photo etch and brassing parts. Then we've got this icon here with a question mark. So you're either removing that or you're not, depending on which scheme you're doing. Like I say, just pay attention. But then you've got the cockpit coming together. Those gorgeous panels that we saw earlier, they sit in there nicely. Tail wheel area. All very nice indeed. Then we've got the different tail options. Again, different schemes. So that's your fuselage together. Then we turn our attention to the wings. So we've got the undercarriage area here. Then lower wing, that sits in, top wings go on. Again, all the different scheme options. You're drilling holes, you're not drilling holes, you're filling holes. Just pay attention to what you're doing. Simple as that. Then we've got these nice little photo etch jigs to help you drill, which is quite cool. Then the wings attach, tailplane. Then the dashboard, again, very complicated depending on which one you're doing. That then goes in and slots there. Nicely called out. So you slot that in and it should look like that on the profile. Then tail wheel goes on. Of course, we're using our brassin parts. And then, yeah, you're filling those holes or opening them up, depending on which scheme you're doing. Then we're masking off our wheels before attaching them to the undercarriage. Flaps go together, and then we are done. And then, no, we're not done. The flaps go on. Undercarriage goes on, propeller, cockpit canopy, all the different ordnance depending on which scheme you've chosen, and then we are done. So you can see how complicated that is with this set where you've got 14 different options. But if we just run through very quickly, You've got your cockpit area, you've got your fuselage halves coming together. They all come together with the tailplane, undercarriage, wheel well area, wings, that attaches to the fuselage, dashboard area, undercarriage comes on, flaps, propeller, canopy, ordnance. So it's quite simple when you've, like I say, got the weekend edition and not multiple different schemes to worry about. So just be careful with this. I think if you're buying the Royal Class set, you're probably not a beginner modeler. So you're probably used to worse instructions than that. And I think they are clear. You've just got to be careful and pay attention, basically. Right, I've ranted on about that enough. Let's have a look at the decals. Okay, so we have this huge sheet of multiple different decal sets. And you can see you've got the stars and roundels, and then each of the 14 is separated with these different sections. And as you can see by the carrier film, yes, these are Eduard's infamous decals. And I've seen a number of videos actually where people have managed to get away with not removing that carrier film, and it doesn't look at all bad. I've also seen that Eduard have improved getting the carrier film off actually. So yeah, it's going to depend on your skill as a modeler. And like I say, if you're buying the Royal Class, you're probably slightly more advanced. I'm still very nervous about these decals, I have to say. I've not yet had a perfect one. We always get one or two that just a little bit peels away. In conclusion then, this is a fantastic set and this kit looks amazing. Can't wait to start. In fact, I'm going to stop recording and I'm going to go and start building one of these right now. I'm looking forward to the weekend edition stuff coming out so that I can get loads more and do the different schemes in this set. I'm looking forward to seeing what Korean ones they bring out, all the different schemes. We also have Armour Hobby bringing out their P-51D, so I'll be very interested to see how those two compare. So I can see a kit comparison on the horizon. I'll catch you on the next one, guys. Bye.